Hello and a very warm welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Global TV Midday News live in Nigeria's capital, Abuja. I am Fauziya Lukman. The Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dili Alakia, has paid a maiden visit to agencies under the ministries, canvassing reforms and adherence to due process in line with the renewed hope agenda of the Tinubu's administration. Speaking at his first port of call, the Mining Cadastral Officer (MCO), the minister lauded efforts of the agency as the custodian of mineral titles, stressing that the need to do more in addressing perceived inadequacies, emphasizing that the perception of progress in the mining sector is contingent on the activity or inactivity of the MCO. Kikelomo Okeri has details.
In his welcome remark, the Director General of MCO, Engineer Obadiah Nkom, expressed delight in being the first agency to host the minister, restating the function of the agencies as the issuer of mining licenses. He revealed the MCO moved in 2002 to digitalize its operations through migration to an online platform called Electronic Mining Cadastral System. According to him, though the new platform led to the significant number of applications, he admitted some challenges such as delay in processing application as a result of backlog from the old system. Engineer Nkom assured that efforts are ongoing to fine-tune the process and make it more efficient in collaboration with World Bank-assisted mineral sector support for economic diversification. In his response, the Minister of Solid Mineral charged the agency to improve on its productivity, emphasizing that whatever infraction committed by MCO has a smearing effect on the ministry, as it is a major agency that interfaces with the public.
Most importantly, perception of the entire solid minerals ministry. That perception is contingent upon the activities or inactivities of the MCO. And I want to say categorically that whatever infractions committed by the MCO has a smearing effect on the entire solid minerals ministry.
At the Nigeria Geological Survey Agency, the Director General, Dr. Abdulrazak Garba, while welcoming the minister, revealed that the agency has been pivotal to the generation of geoscience information for the development of the mining sector in line with its mandate. The minister in his remarks says the function of NGSA aside from the mining sector cuts across all sectors, including agriculture, manufacturing, industrial development, stressing that it is a foundation of development effort of the nation.
There's no reason why the NGSA cannot be self-sustaining, because what you generate is in demand. Anybody who wants to invest, whether in minerals, liquid or solid or Greek or so many areas, you need information. You need data.
At the last port of call, the Council of Nigeria Mining Engineer and Geoscience, Alake, in his address to the registrar, Professor Zacchaeus Okwafunsho, and his management team likened the agency to Kwashi Academic Institute in view of role of accrediting and certifying mining professionals. Kikelomo Okeri, Global Television News.
The federal government has approached the Supreme Court to review its judgment on the old 500, 200 and 1,000 naira should be legal tender until December 31st, 2023. The government wants the Apex Court to leave its March 3rd order. The old naira note should remain legal tender along with the new note till December 31st. The Apex Court had on March 3rd restrained the Central Bank of Nigeria from giving effect to the deadline on the use of old notes. The 7-member panel of the Apex Court faulted the policy of the CBN, saying the timing and implementations were defective. This is a sequel to a suit instituted by the Kaduna, Kogi and Zamfara state government challenging the implementation of the policy. 13 other states later joined the suit as co-plaintiffs. According to reports, the Apex Court has fixed November 30th for the matter in the hearing. The Senate on Wednesday asked the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL) and its subsidiaries to submit relevant documents relating to the turnaround maintenance project of the Nigerian refineries. The Senate noted that from 2010 to date, over 12 trillion naira has been spent on TAM. The Senate also says it has a record of over $592 million, 4.8 million euros and 3.4 million euros spent between 2010 to date on TAM, yet none of the refineries were working. The Senate had a committee investigating the various turnaround maintenance projects of Nigeria refineries gave the directive during an interactive session with NNPCL management and other executives of the oil sector. Some of the heads of the affected agencies invited could not attend and send representatives to the Senate investigative hearing. The Minister of Interior, Olabunmi Tunji-Ojo, has directed the Controller General Nigerian Correctional Service, Haliru Nababa, to investigate the allegation against the personnel of service. The Chief of Defense Staff General Christopher Musa had accused some personnel of the Correctional Service of conniving with inmates to finance the operations of terrorists. However, the minister, in a statement on Thursday by his special advisor on media and publicity, Alao Babatunde, condemned the unpatriotic act by the personnel. He vowed that any personnel found capable would be brought to book. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has assured residents of the National Capital City that with the support, the FCT administration will achieve more terms of performance in 2024. The minister, who disclosed this while on inspection tour of various project sites across the capital city, expressed optimism that when completed, the Millennium Tower project will change the landscape of Abuja as well as boost its tourism potentials. Kike Lomo Okeri has details.
The minister says the FCTA has also submitted supplementary budget of 2023, which President Tinubu has approved to transmit to National Assembly to be allowed to spend 61 billion naira before 2024 in order to complete specific projects so that by May 29, new projects will commence. While expressing satisfaction with the level of ongoing work at the Southern Park Ring 1, which connects in the heart of the city, and B12, which stretch from Bolingo Junction to the city gate, he assured the various contractors handling the project that they will be paid before the end of the month.
And the FCT itself, they will serve court processes. Nobody will bring it attention to the ministry, to the FCT. And then there will be judgment, and judgment. Now all those things will be things of the past. It will not work again. Those who are working in the legal departments will not be happy with us. But there's nothing we can do. When you take the right decision, some people will not be happy, some will be happy. What is important is overall interest. It's not for a few people.
Earlier, the minister set up a task force to critically examine the land swap initiative started by its predecessors. The land swap initiative, which was introduced since 2012, had suffered setback due to several factors. The minister noted that the task force working under the issuance of certificates of occupancy was being empowered to handle all the complaints about the land swap.
Assignment for the task force is of creating more taxes. We believe that the same task force should be able to handle this issue of land swap. We've had a lot of complaints. I want to know details of the land swap. And then on the sale of federal government houses, so many complaints. There are some houses that are built and abandoned. What is the position? Let us get the two documentations of the house as sold and then they show receipt of payment.
The task force that is headed by the Senior Special Assistant to the Minister on Land, Urban and Regional Planning, Michael Chinda, has the mandate to work and deliver results within 2 months. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
So called to the last edition of the annual Population Lecture Series aimed at addressing issues affecting Nigerian population. The National Population Commission, NPC, has held its 11th edition of the event in Abuja. Our correspondent Queen Agaba was at the event for Global TV and reports that the event also seeks to offer solutions to issues affecting the nation's population.
It is Tuesday, November 21st, 2023, and this hall in Nigeria's capital, Abuja, is filled with policymakers, stakeholders, and participants gathered to attend the 11th installment of the National Population Commission's annual population series, with this year's theme, A Decade of Dialogue on Population and Development in Nigeria. This year's event highlights the numerous challenges associated with Nigeria's increasing population and the way forward to improve the quality and standard of living for citizens.
We needed to look at our rapid population growth. We needed to look at the high fertility rate, which at that time was 6 children per Nigerian women. We needed to look at our age structure, which I have already mentioned to you, that 70% of our young people were under the age of 30. So we needed to look at many other things, education, the girls who are giving birth when they are supposed to be children.
Describing the series as an invaluable drawing of demographic dynamites that shapes society, the chairman, National Population Commission, Nasir Issa Kwara, explains that this year's theme encapsulates a decade-long journey of knowledge sharing and effort in understanding and addressing the nation's demographic challenges.
Instrumental in fostering informed dialogues, sparking innovative ideas, and catalyzing actions that contribute to the well-being and progress of our dear nation.
Further speaking at the lecture was the Executive Director of Planned Parenthood Federation of Nigeria, PPFN, Dr. Okai Haruna Aku, highlighting the rising increase in Nigeria's population.
Nigerian population, which was 37.9 million in 1950, has rose today through 45.9 during independence to almost over 200 million today. Now, the United Nations predicts that Nigerian population will reach over 390 million.
With the lecture delivered on a decade of dialogue on Nigeria's population and development, the keynote speaker, Professor Olarewaju Olaniyo, gave a charge on the importance of education for Nigeria's growing population, amongst other things.
The answer for all our national problems comes to a single word, and that word is education. We have been treating the symptoms rather than the disease. It is absolutely necessary to bring Nigeria out of the woods.
For Global Television, Queen Agaba reporting.
The Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja on Thursday delivered judgment in the appeal raising from Nasarawa State governorship election. This is contained in a notice issued by the court. The State Election Petition Tribunal had earlier sacked the state governor Abdullahi Suli, who was declared winner of the election by the Independent National Electoral Commission. Through his councillor, Wole Olanipeju SAN approached the appellate court asking it to overturn the judgment of the tribunal. Following the previous edition of the meeting of management with registers of foreign corp-producing institutions, the management of the National Youth Service Corps NYSC has held a third edition geared towards tackling the emerging challenges in the mobilization of foreign-trained Nigerian graduates for effective national service. Global TV's Queen Agaba was at the event and now tells us more.
With the team tackling emerging challenges in the mobilization of foreign-trained Nigerian graduates for effective national service, the management of the National Youth Service Corps held its third meeting of management with corp-producing institutions in selected countries in Africa to review previous performances, including the implementation of resolutions, and also work out new templates for eradication of contemporary and emerging challenges. The meeting, which had in attendance participants participants of sister countries of Benin Republic, Togo, Niger, Cameroon and Ghana by extension highlighted the challenges involved in mobilizing foreign graduates for national service, with the DG NYSC Brigadier General YD Ahmed reiterating the determination of the NYSC to stem the tide of fraudulent mobilization of unqualified home-based and foreign-trained graduates, especially those purported to have graduated from unaccredited universities.
We are taking it gradually. Some of the processes and procedures we have taken so far, we have taken it within the country first. And we discover most of these foreign-trained graduates, when they come back, you give them simple test to write, they find it difficult to write. Some of them, they find it difficult to comprehend 2-3 sentences. So you begin to question. So that is the more reason why we invite these co-producing institutions to partner with us, so that we follow it out to ensure that those that have not gone through these schools, they would not mobilize them. So by the time we are done with those within African countries, we look anywhere within the shore of within the globe, then we can pursue it as well.
For Global Television, Queen Agaba reporting.
Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, has reaffirmed Nigeria's unwavering commitment to the fundamental principle of press freedom, stressing its pivotal role in fostering a vibrant democracy and transparency in governance. It stated this when he received the U.S. Charge d'Affaires to Nigeria, David Guinea, who paid him a courtesy visit in Abuja. He said while Nigerians are for press freedom, we also want to call on the government of the United States to support efforts at instituting best practices in the media space, particularly fact-checking mechanism towards reducing the speed of misinformation, fake news and malinformation. Guinea, in his response, says the United States is fully behind Nigeria's democracy and is supportive of its media growth through the offer of consistent training over the years, adding that Nigeria is a critical partner in regional security and economic development. Recounting the contributions by Sightsavers Nigeria in the last few years, the Executive Secretary, National Commission for Persons with Disabilities, James David Lalu, has applauded the efforts of the development partners in advancing the cause of persons with disability in Nigeria. Lalu gave the commendation recently in Abuja when he hosted a delegation from Sightsavers Nigeria, who were on a courtesy call to the Commission. Lalu disclosed that Sightsavers Nigeria have assisted the Commission in various areas such as education, capacity building, supporting the process of assessing standard code, and CPWD's participation in ratification of the African Protocol on Disabilities and opening of eye clinics in some states in Nigeria. In addition, the Executive Secretary seized the occasion to seek the support of Sightsavers towards the upcoming African Summit, which is slated to be hosted by Nigeria next year. According to him, it will be a great opportunity for advocating for the rights of persons with disabilities and the support of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for diplomatic purposes. You're watching Global TV Midday News, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We are on StarTime channel 276. Kindly follow us across social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. When the midday news returns, petrol price rose from 630.63 kobo in October NBS. The news continues shortly with details of these and other stories right after this short break. Please don't go away. This is Global Television bringing you live broadcasts of the midday news from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. On the foreign scene, ambulances were on standby Thursday morning as Indian rescuers dug through the final meters of debris separating them from 41 workers trapped in the collapsed road tunnels for nearly 2 weeks. Rescue teams have specifically fitted skaters with wheels ready to pull out the exhausted men through 57 meters of steel pipe once it finally driven through the final section of tons of earth, concrete and rubble blocking their freedom. Emergency vehicles and a field hospital stood ready, preparing to receive the men who have been trapped since a portion of the under construction tunnel in the Himalayan state of Uttarakhand caved in 12 days ago. After days of painful, slow progress, engineers with a power drilling machine made a sudden rapid advance on Wednesday before teams had to walk through the night to cut through metal rods blocking the route. Drilling resumed on Thursday. The World Health Organization has asked China for more data on respiratory illness spreading in the north of the country, but Beijing offered no public comment on Thursday. Northern China has reported an increase in influenza-like illnesses since mid-October when compared to the same period in the previous 3 years. The World Health Organization says China National Health Commission has told reporters last week that respiratory illness spike was due to the lifting of COVID-19 restrictions and the circulation of known pathogens, namely influenza and common bacterial infections that affect children, including Mycoplasma phenomena. From the World Health gave no indication of China's response to the request for more information. Let's talk about business now, where the federal government has announced the revocation of 1,633 mining licenses due to default in payment of stipulated service fee by operators. The Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dele Alake, made the announcement while addressing a press conference in his office. He stated that the revocation becomes imperative following the expiration of a 30-day notice to defaulters, as stipulated by Section 11 and 12 of the Nigerian Mineral Mining Act, NMMA 2007. Uyi Agbamofugbe has the details.
In compliance with the law, the Mining Cadastral Office, MCO, on October 4, 2023, began the process of revoking 2,213 titles. This included 795 exploration titles, 956 small-scale mining licenses, 364 quarry licenses, and 98 mining leases. Minister of Solid Mineral Development, Alake, therefore warned the previous holders of these titles to leave the relevant cadastre with immediate effect, as security agencies will work with the Mines Inspectorate of the Ministry to apprehend any defaulter found on any area where the titles have been revoked.
With this development, therefore, the MCO recommended the revocation of 1,633 mineral titles as follows: exploration license 536, quarry license 279, small-scale mining license 787, and mining lease 31. In line with the powers conferred on me, therefore, by the NMA, that's the Mining Act 207, Section 5A, I have approved the revocation of the 1,633 titles.
The minister further stated that efforts are ongoing to sanction other operators defaulting in payment of royalties, taxes, among others, emphasizing that revocation of operators short-changing government is an ongoing process, which he noted will create space for serious prospective investors to come on stream.
We don't intend to bend or break the rules whenever and wherever there are violations and non-compliance. Rather, we shall make such cases the examples for others to emulate.
Responding to inquiries on illegal mining, Alake read the Riot Act to culprits, asserting their days are numbered. He vowed that government would deal ruthlessly with those who refuse to turn a new leaf, restating the commitment of President Bola Tinubu to sanitize the mining sector.
It is indeed very unconscionable for corporate bodies making huge profits from mining to refuse to give government its due by failing to pay their annual service fee. It is indeed reasonable conjecture that such a company will even be more unwilling to pay royalties and honor its tax obligations to the government. The amount the companies are being asked to pay is so minimal compared to their own revenue projections.
The minister, however, reiterated that plans for the establishment of Mines Police is underway, revealing that the military will conduct initial clearance operations to pave the way for the deployment of the Mines Police. Uyi Agbamofugbe, reporting for Global TV News.
That's it on Global TV Midday News. We are on StarTime channel 276. Kindly follow us across social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. On behalf of the production team, I am Fauziya Lukman, thanking you so very much for watching.